Ladies and gentlemen, we're just a little over 12 hours removed from the game that was yesterday against GWS. It was a tough watch. It was ugly. But I figured I'd bring someone on who can give us a different look, have some sort of conversational sort of element to these reviews moving forward. And that man you see to the right of me is my younger brother. You probably see him in all the live streams commenting, and if not the live streams, then he's always on the videos. He's probably the most passionate Collingwood supporter I know. I really feel like you'll get two different views with myself and then Chris as well. He's going to sort of have his own little spin on things. So, Chris, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to throw you under the bus here. I've got my first question about yesterday. So, does it feel like we've just pressed rewind and gone back 12 months to the day in opening round last season?
This time around was worse, man. This reminded me a lot of the 2021 season, to be honest. I don't know, just no link up in chains. There was no fluidity in our ball movement, and it just felt like from the start, man, you seen the way I was flat right from the start, and GWS just moved the ball far too easy. It looked like a training drill for them. But yeah, like I said, 2021, I feel like that was yesterday's performance was a resemblance to that season. But hopefully it's just, hiccup, start of the season over in Sydney.
So you mentioned GWS and their seamless ball movement throughout the game. Did you feel like when they had the ball deep in our forward line, they were just you just knew they were going to transition and get a scoring result from that versus when Collingwood had the ball in transition from our defensive half, you didn't have the same confidence that we were going to do the same thing that GWS done to us all day.
Yeah. I just think, like when they were in our forward line, we just weren't chasing. We looked very slow. They looked quick. They looked sharp. Their skills were on point. And all those boxes weren't ticked for us. I think we were very sloppy, very slow. So that allowed GWS to transition out of our forward line just so easily. And it was very frustrating to watch. Yeah, I don't know, Nick Dacos and Pendlebury and who else was in the midfield yesterday against these guys?
We had Perryman as well.
Perryman, yeah. I think Pendlebury, hate to say it, man, but he looked really, GWS made him look very slow yesterday, if I'm being honest. He didn't look like he belonged in the midfield against those blokes. But, I don't know. I think, definitely need to go back ASAP, Mitchell as well, and Houston, obviously. But I think we missed the goalie a lot yesterday.
Yeah, I think when you put Pendlebury up against or next to someone like Finn Callahan, Callahan makes anyone look slow for sure.
But in saying that, I reckon, man, at the MCG next week,
he'll look a bit faster.
Hey,
Pendles look a little bit faster on the MCG turf.
Yeah, bigger ground and fucking just the home ground, man. MCG. I feel like that ground, man, NG Stadium, we were always up against it over there, man. It's just, to me, I think it's a smaller ground. I don't know about you, man. I think it's a smaller ground compared to the G.
The midfield mix was interesting yesterday, so I want to bring this to our attention. So, looking at Collingwood's midfield time, you had Pendlebury, Nick Dacos, and Perryman with the most amount of midfield time in the centre bounce. But then from there, you had a mix of players like Ed Allen, Ed Long, Beau McCreary, still side bottom going through. Do we need more of a Beau McCreary and a Jack Crisp in the middle to make us 100%. A little bit faster in there and more defensively accountable going back the other way?
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was thinking yesterday, man. Why not throw Jack Crisp in the middle? I've always loved Chris Beau in the middle. And he was the other bloke you mentioned alongside Crisp.
Beau McCreary.
Yeah, Beau as well. Yeah, I feel like Beau would have been a good use in the middle yesterday. Bit of a bull.
Yeah.
When you say you wanted a move for Bobby, what do you mean? Push up the ground a bit more?
Yeah, well, I suppose Lockie Schultz and Beau McCreary played high half forward for the majority of the game. And then you had Bobby and Jamie as the deeper forwards. I just felt like you saw what did you think of Brent Daniels' game playing that high half forward role?
It was good. He obviously punished us on the turnover. I noticed a couple of times. So maybe I don't know. I think Fly obviously backed Bobby obviously leaving him in his place in the forward line, I guess. Schultz as well, man. Like, he was just turning the ball over far too many times. Just shades of last year again, and it's just like I don't want to bash on players, man, but I don't know if there's any improvements to his game since last year. There was one passage of play where all he needed to do was just a simple, easiest hand pass. Bloke was open, and he just fumbled the ball. He didn't. It's like he didn't know how to bloody hand pass. It's very it's frustrating, man.
Does he have the potential to be cleaner on the ball, particularly going like inside 50 and shooting on goal? I feel like it's becoming a bit of a consistent theme.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's capable. Bloody hell, he's an AFL footballer, so just basic skill errors, man. I don't know what's going on. And maybe he's just not meant for the big stage. I don't know. I don't know. He's a strange one, Schultz. I mean, obviously he's known for his work rate behind the footy and all that off camera, but needs to do more when he has the footy in his hand.
Yeah, and people do get upset when we say, Lockie needs to add one more thing to his game, whether it's goal scoring or quality kicks going inside 50. They say, oh, but what about his pressure? Yeah, his pressure's good, but if he wants to be amongst the names of like Jamie Elliott, Brent Daniels, Bobby Hill, he needs to add that composure, if you want to call it that, right?
Yeah, 100%. Bit of composure for sure.
What about the hottest topic of the preseason, the Triple M's? What do you make of them in our forward line yesterday?
Non-existent, to be honest. I love the memories goal at the end, like he set shot and showed his passion after kicking the goal. Love seeing that, but yeah, McStay actually was pretty. Oh, he was alright early. Like, he was taking a few contested marks. Mychek kicked a goal or two. I don't know. It's tough, man. Like, it's a tough game to pick out. It's like I said, broken record, but yeah, we don't really have a good record over at Sydney. I reckon next year, man, we've got to just say no to opening round. Just bugger it off. Play us round one of the MCG against somebody, and that's it.
I think just all in all, and it's important that we don't overreact. We were talking about this in the post-game show. There's no point overreacting. It was a horrible game. You almost just chalk it up. But the synergy connecting with those forwards, the Mycheks, the memories, and McStays, we just went long pretty much every single time. I've never seen us go longer than what we did yesterday, and it didn't give us any returns on investment. So I imagine we're going to probably be a little bit more assertive off halfback against Port and really try to get the ball moving. It just felt stagnant the whole time, didn't it?
Yeah. Then it comes down to a bit of fitness as well. I don't know, like adding to that the heat, small ground. Yeah. But I think that's a bit of a result to why our players are bombing it down into our forward line without any game plan, really. I think that comes down to just a bit of fitness. People were just blazing away, not having the time to think because they're under so much fatigue. And just remember as well, GWS came out just, with violence as well. Same pre-game, they wanted to come in with a lot of grit, and they finished the game with 20 plus more tackles than us. So they came out and hunted us, physically from the start. I guess that's what we need to implement back into our game.
A lot of missed tackles yesterday, huh?
Yeah, a lot of broken tackles for sure. Pretty frustrating.
I just remember the sequence I think there was a sequence in the second half. I'm not sure if you remember, where they had a transition from end to end. And I think, who was it? Someone broke like 3-4 tackles inside 50 and then kicked the goal as well. Do you remember who it was?
Our player breaking tackles or GWS?
No, I wish it was our players breaking tackles yesterday.
I do. There's too many. It was a lot of them, but
what hurt me the most yesterday, just thinking of moments throughout the game, what really...
Oh, it was Q. Quaynor was the one I remember. He had a dirty missed tackle. Anyway.
Yeah. What really riled me up yesterday was after that 10-15 minute period in that third quarter, where the ball was living inside our forward 50, and that little prick with the helmet, Darcy Jones, goes back the other way, and they kicked the first goal of that quarter after we had like 20 inside 50 entries or something.
Yeah. Pretty demoralizing. Yeah, we had a lot of shots on goal, a lot of behinds kicked, and then Yeah, I mean, it's pretty demoralising, to be honest. Yeah, like that many inside 50s and missed shots on goal. Then you got that little man, Darcy Jones, just with ease, taking from one end to the other and kicking a goal like that.
Yeah.
So,
We're saying a lot about how they were able to move the ball very easily. I've got some numbers here. From kick-ins, their kick-ins, they scored 3 goals. You're lucky to score 1 goal in a game from kick-ins. They also scored 64 points with the ball beginning in their defensive half, which is 10 goals. And that is like, to be elite in that bracket, you probably want to be kicking 6, 7 goals a game to be the best in that domain. They kicked 10 goals and we kicked 2 from defensive half. So completely just, we got shown up in class, we got shown up in effort, desire. But if we know any better about sport and the roller coaster that is, how important is it not to overreact and just get to round 1 against Port?
Yeah, it's obviously very important. You want to, as a fan, you want to stay calm. That was just, first round of the season. There's 24 rounds in one season, so long way to go. And yeah, it's obviously you get that loss out of the way. Go forward.
If there's any advice I can give to the viewers, it's don't listen to SEN, don't listen to 360, don't listen to On the Couch tonight, because you know what they're going to be pumping up.
Oh, I'll be cooking the whole club, but
yeah,
that's just how it is. That's how, especially when you're the biggest club in the land, like they're gonna make headlines left, right, and centre. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Look, we're gonna go to the G next week, and we're gonna beat Port. That's it. Simple.
That's it.
Simple,
they could blame the water boy at this point and make sense of it. So look, let's see how we go on Saturday with Dan Houston back in the side. I think, it can't get any worse as far as the performance is concerned. So I know it's going to get better, and we know better not to overreact and stay calm. And lastly, guys, obviously having Chris on, like I said, the idea is just to have 2 different perspectives and more of a conversational tone in the video. Let us know in the comment section if you enjoy it. It's something we're going to persist with and see how it goes. It's something different, and I like talking to other people rather than hearing the sound of my own voice every time I press play on the camera. Anything else you got for me, Chris?
No, man. Let's just get to the G and let's barrack loud and get the 4 points, man. Let's go.
And what do we say at the end of these videos? After every video?
What do we say?
Yeah.
Collingwood.